because one of my housemates is sleeping right now. And as you can see, let's start with a little ASMR. I don't know if you like this sound. Can you hear it? It's very calming, I've noticed. So today I take you to my dresser because I came up with the idea for the video that many of you may like actually. And the video's topic is how to build your perfume collection. And the thing is that I'm not like an expert. I've never been trained in that, but I'm like a huge user of fragrances. And what inspired me to make this video is that I ran out of my alien. I have nothing left in here, but I thought I'll make a video for you because some of you may actually use this advice. So how to build your perfume collection. Don't be suggested by the brands that you see on the dresser, but what I would like to tell you is that you have to build your collection on a basis that you have to go from heavy to light. And I don't want to tell you about that heavy is for the night or light is for the day. No, you choose your heavy and your light. You don't have to go into the oriental heavy route. You can stop at something, I don't know, more heavy than like this Chanson Fraîche, for instance, but your collection should be from heavy to light and something in between. What I mean, looking at my collection, I am a huge fan of oriental, but also a huge fan of fresh, clean fragrances. So the heaviest thing in my collection would be probably Opium by Yves Saint Laurent, Shalimar, and Black Orchid. And the lightest thing in my collection would be Chanson Fraîche and probably Velvet Orchid. And sorry, not Velvet Orchid. The lightest would be Chanson Fraîche and Chanel No. 5 Au Premier. And what I mean in between we have probably Velvet Orchid and Alien and Samsara. This is the way I've built my in-between. What I showed you in my previous video, like my wish list, is mostly the fragrances that are on the lighter side of fragrance, even though some of them have a huge longevity, but they smell clean, hygienic almost. So, but my body knows what it needs, so I am kind of lacking things in the lighter side of my collection. And I would suggest you not have like one fragrance for all. I would suggest you to have at least 3 and do your research and get to know what you like and what you can stand, because I won't tell you that you have to use the oriental heavy stuff. You may not like it. The heaviest thing for you may be Black Orchid, that for me, Velvet Orchid, that for me is in the middle, and you may build your collection in between. Or maybe, let's say, Chanson Fraîche is the heaviest thing you can stand, and you can even go lighter from this, because you just have to get to know some fragrances. And remember that your nose is learning constantly. An example is that I used to dislike Black Orchid, but this year I just love it. It just works for me at the moment. So do your research, smell a lot of things, and take a notice of what is the heaviest thing you can accept and what is the lightest thing you can accept, and what would be your in the middle. And I want to also point out that if you are like a collector like me and huge fanatic, you may have some pieces that are based on nostalgic reasons, some memories that you want to keep in your collection because they remind you of something, not necessarily that you use, but these are the fragrances. I have some Samsara in a Parfum version that I showed you before probably many times. I used a little bit of this, but it's not necessarily that I use it very often. I have Shalimar that, to me, it's a half a bottle of that, but I use sparingly. Many of fragrances I do not use on a regular basis. They're there because they're memory for me. They're my way of getting to know my style of fragrance. But I keep them anyway. I don't tell you that you have to have 7-10 fragrances. You may have just three. I should speak properly. You may just have 3 fragrances, and that would be alright as well. I'm not telling you that you have to have 150. Only if you are a huge collector and this is your hobby, maybe then. But the best way to build your collection would be, as I told you, from heaviest to lightest. And you may change the fragrances in your collection with time, but the rule should stay the same. And the heaviest may change with time, the lightest may change with time. You may vary from one to another, from one side of the spectrum to another side of the spectrum, but it should stay, the rules should stay the same. And if you are like me, I have my collection. For some, this is a lot of fragrances. This is like 2, 4, 6, 7 plus miniatures and a few samples collection. If you are like me, you are a user. So look at me, like I ran out of this Alien, and I don't know if I'm gonna repurchase Alien right now, maybe in time, but maybe you wanna exchange the fragrances with time, and they should always follow your mood, your recent mood, because you do not repurchase for the sake of repurchase. I have to have it when you may not use it. I strongly recommend you to use your fragrances if you can, and I'm probably gonna run out of this fragrance pretty soon, so I buy what mood brings me to the table, if you know what I mean. I hope this video was quite informative for you. Let me know if you agree with this rule, and let me know if you have any other advices for me, for other people, how you build your collection, if you have any pattern in building your collection. But the most important is really follow what you like at the moment, because perfumes are really emotional purchases. Even they don't have to be impulsive, but the perfumes reflect your emotions. And at the very end, I will tell you that today my scent of the day will be Velvet Orchid. Something in the middle. Today is my day off. I don't have to go to work. It's quite cold outside, and I really want to be devoured into the Velvet Orchid's magic. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel, follow me on Instagram, and see you next time. Kisses, guys. Bye.